I think for our next episode, let's go get a bottle of beer or wine and have a bit of celebration. Today, I thought it would be interesting to share some career advice. And I get the question given to me a lot of times is between two different components. So I guess when people are starting out in cybersecurity, and there are two components to this, right? First component is broad. Right, we need to go broad. As we start off in our career, whether it's security or networks or system stuff, we need to start broad. We need to understand what we like to do. The first part of that is identifying, I guess, what we like to do, right? Are we curious enough about this to become a profession? Are we going to dedicate our time, our resource, our energy, everything about us to this one thing? And that's what we're talking about, deep and narrow. I think it's important for people starting out right now is to touch on different avenues, whether it's networks, whether it's systems, whether it's applications, whether it's report writing, whether it's, whatever, right? We need to become aware of how things work in different scenarios. Whether it's networks, we need to understand how routing and switching works. What does a layer 2 switch use to communicate, BBDUs, blah, blah, blah. How does a layer 3 switch work? Or, how does OSPF work? How does it build an adjacency, etc., etc., etc. We need to know how things operate and work. When we talk about system side of things, we need to know about VMware, vSphere, Citrix, or whatever the case is. We need to know how things work and operate. From there, we take that and move that into our passion. What do we love? What do we want to do each and every single day, and it's going to allow us to enjoy what we do. So that becomes the topic of long and narrow, and I'm a firm believer is that you do one thing and you do that thing very, very well, and you stick to that. Now that's being a specialist. I'd rather be a specialist than be a generalist. I'd rather know one thing and know that extremely, extremely, extremely well, rather than knowing a few different things and being surface level. Okay, so that's my little bit of career advice rant. I think my main perspective is to pick one thing and specialize heavily into that, is to understand as much as you possibly can and just keep going down and learning and learning and research and research and research and give feedback and scenarios and whatever. On a holistic view, narrow along 100% of the time. When you're starting out, do become a generalist. Get your hands on a few different things, touch it, feel it, know how it works, operate it. Be familiar on how it works and why it works, but then understand, I guess from a business point of view, is where in terms of the business does the business want to go and how we're going to get there. Technology is great, but if our strategies suck, then the whole thing sucks. Okay, so understand long and narrow is my way to go 100% of the time. So I hope that's for you too. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys on episode 21. I think we're going to do a bit of fun on that next one. So we'll see you guys there. Stay tuned.